Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 1990's Represent. We're wrapping up our third cycle of 1992 with a video game. In this episode, we're talking about Super Mario Kart. So, kind of had a toss-up last cycle in the video game section for 1992 between doing one hand was Mortal Kombat, the other hand was Mario Kart. Ended up doing Mortal Kombat last time, and this time now we're getting around to Super Mario Kart. So I have some notes here. We're going to go through the notes. I'm going to discuss the game. And then, of course, we'll be doing some gameplay as well. So let's get our notebook open. So there we go. Super Mario Kart. First released September 1st, 1992. I remember playing this, I think, maybe October of that year. Because this came out before I owned the Super Nintendo. I didn't own a Super Nintendo until very early 1994. So every so often, our local video store that was in a grocery store would you could rent out video game consoles. So I don't know if they did it for NES, but I know for eventually they did Super Nintendo rentals and Nintendo 64 rentals. So we did. We would occasionally rent a Super Nintendo console, grab a couple games, and just play those over a weekend. I think the first time we did it, we rented. I don't remember exactly what it was. I remember we rented Super Street Fighter 2, the first version on SNES. That was the summer of 1992. That's the first time we did that. And then I think a few months later, we rented it again, and we did Super Mario Kart, and maybe Super Bowling or something like that, or Sim City. I don't remember exactly. Super Bowling is also really cool, but one of those times we rented Super Mario Kart and we just had a blast the entire weekend with it. It's an incredible kart racing game, a ton of fun. But back to the notes here. Sold 8.76 million copies. It's also apparently the fourth best selling Super Nintendo game on that console. It made really good use of Mode 7 graphics. So Mode 7, I think F-Zero used them. Basically, it's kind of not exactly understanding how it works, but I know they take a 2D background and they basically make it go in such a way that it adds perspective to it. So you can use it for racing games like F-Zero and this. The Super Star Wars games used it. I think every single Super Star Wars game used it at some point. Super Star Wars, the first one, I think it was the Tatooine level where you're trying to chase after the Jawas, is done in Mode 7. I think Battle of Hoth in the Super Empire Strikes Back is Mode 7 as well. And then I think I want to say the first level of Super Return of the Jedi, where you're basically just flying a speeder to Jabba's palace, is also done with Mode 7. Pilot Wings uses it. But a really cool kind of way to do pseudo 3D when you really couldn't do full 3D at the time. So basically it was a kind of a weird 2.5D, but it definitely worked for games like this. Like I said, Pilot Wings and Super Star Wars games. Mode 7 is just incredibly interesting on how they implemented it and how it actually worked. This game basically created the kind of the kart racing genre. A lot of other games that came out after this, I definitely think that it caught on more after the Mario Kart 64 maybe. But after that we got Crash Team Racing. We got the South Park. Was it South Park Rally maybe? There was a couple Star Wars. There was one, maybe not a couple. I think there was a Star Wars racing game, not the pod racing one, but I think there was one was it Super Bombad Racing, where it was a little bit more cartoony, Diddy Kong Racing, and so on. So it definitely helped to really popularize the kind of the kart racing genre. I remember there was a PS1 game Woody Woodpecker Racing. It basically all kind of was very much inspired by Super Mario Kart. Game was produced by Shigeru Miyamoto. It was directed by Tadashi Sugamura. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'm actually just going to bring these notes up so I can make sure I'm pronouncing their names correctly. Yeah, so Shigeru Miyamoto, Tadashi Sugiyama, and Hideki Kono, I think, are how those are pronounced. They worked on the game together. They wanted to do a racing game on the system that could have two players on the same screen. So I guess F-Zero, is just straight up single player. And they, again, used Mode 7 on that game too. But they basically did it in such a way here that you could have the split screen racing. And I think they basically simplified the courses over like the complexity or slightly more complex courses in F-Zero. They made them a little more simplified here. They added in like the battle mode, so you could have a in the racing part, you're playing for like a ranking. Because basically every race you play, you get points, and at the end of a certain number of races, whoever has the most points kind of wins. But then they added in a battle mode, so you can do like a one-on-one as well, where you're just basically trying to eliminate the other player. So that was pretty cool. Let me see here. Apparently, it started off as just a generic racer. They didn't add the Mario aspect to it for like a few months. And I think it was just kind of like a very basic game to start, and then I think they tacked Mario into it a little bit later on. It's definitely one of the more iconic games in the Mario series now, because it's like the series has been going on since 1992, and I don't know. I think the most recent one still might be 8. I'm not really sure, but they did a Mario Kart on again SNES, N64 got a Mario Kart. GameCube had Double Dash. There was even like Game Boy Advance Mario Karts. Mario Kart, of course, on the Wii, on the Switch, Wii U as well. Came out to, I think this is where I'm at, came out to pretty good reviews. Actually, just break some of the reviews up. Let's say Game Rankings has it at a 94%, while Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it 34 out of 40. Electronic Games has it at a 93%. Honest Gamers has a 10 out of 10 on it. Mean Machines at 92%. Mega Guide has it at positive. Nintendo Joe 9.5 out of 10. SNES Force has it at a 90%. And then Thunderbolt has it at a 9 out of 10. So overall, very good reviews from this game. Again, came out and basically popularized, like I said earlier, popularized the kind of kart racing genre. Racing games have been around obviously longer than that, but this kind of genre where you have like power-ups and you have kind of like cartoony kind of characters kind of really started here with Super Mario Kart. But that's going to do it for this part of the video. We're now going to jump into some Mario Kart gameplay, do some races, and we're going to have some fun with that. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we are now back in our emulator here. So we have Super Mario Kart loaded up. One player game here. So with that. So here's our racers in the game. You have Mario, you have Luigi, you have Princess Peach, I think it was still Toadstool at the time. You have Yoshi, you have Bowser, Donkey Kong, Jr., Koopa Troopa, and Toad. I always like going with Koopa Troopa. I remember my friend and I came up with like a really weird backstory for this particular racer. Like, it was like Koopa Troopa was like retired from racing and was being blackmailed into racing again or something. I don't remember exactly the story, but it was something silly like that. Got kind of spun out there or burned out. And I don't remember if Koopa Troopa was the fastest. I think he was one of the faster racers, or had like a faster like acceleration time or something. And then a lot of the other racers will have like their own kind of like innate abilities. I think like Mario and Luigi get like invincibility every so often. I think Donkey Kong has more bananas. Bowser has like fireballs. Drop the banana peel there. Alright, final lap. Alright, there we go. And a lot of the weapons are the same, so the green shells, the red shells, bananas. I think the mushrooms are like a speed boost like they normally are. Alright, let's move into our next race here. I got taken out by my own shell. Alright. It's always a risk with the green shells, is the ricochet. We got a speed boost here. Looks like Luigi is in invincibility mode, or was. Or he triggered it again. So yeah, you don't want to touch him. Right, so nobody's in front of me. But if I do get past, I'll use the red because it's basically a heat seeker. And I don't think in the first game, I don't think you can fire weapons backward. Eventually in later games you could take your upgrades or power-ups and fire them backwards. So you can do like a green shell to the back, a red shell to the back, and so on. Still got the bounce slide. We're just gonna take out Donkey Kong. Or I guess I didn't take him out. Because I guess technically Donkey Kong is actually not in front of me. He's still... I've lapped him, like, already, so... No, spun out! Oh, no, no, no! Alright, I still got first. Barely made it. Really interesting to see what the time on that is. So 2:01:44 total. Let's see here. 2:01:44 to 2:01:46. Jeez, that's close. But Koopa Troopa's still in the lead. Is this the one with a really good shortcut? There's one if you have the feather, you can get a huge shortcut by jumping over something and stuff like that. I think this one also has the collapsible sides on the sides here, so basically, I think you can basically hit those, the edge of the map, and it knocks the edges off, so the next time you go off, you might actually just go off of it. But yeah, that's the big shortcut right there, is basically you jump and you use the feather to basically fly across. That's a huge shortcut. Oh my god. Off the edge there, and then he'll take actual coins as like payment for digging you off the side of the track there. Looks like Luigi might actually take this one. Luigi and Toad. No, Toad I guess was actually far back, but Luigi got first place. I should still be ahead though, because that's second place once and first place twice. Up by 3 points. Is this the last one? No, I think we have one more race after this one. So we're at Bowser's Castle. And I think the final one is more of a traditional like track. We're hitting those speed boosts. Oh, that shell is still bouncing. I'm just tempted not to use the green shells at all. If I have them, just hold them, maybe. Alright, got that one. It's almost like Toad is doing like DX like chops, but it's like, or not Toad, I mean Koopa Troopa. Or he's doing the, you know, like the WWE, WCW thing. Alright, so we got 9 points there. We should still be up by a good margin. 27 to 33. And this is our, I think our final track here. Oh God. The pipes. Final lap. There's my banana. It's always a risk using banana peels because they're occasionally you're going to run over your own banana peel. Alright, there we go. We only did not great on one track, at least. So But yeah, Koopa Troopa was like... So we got here 42 to 33. And here's our little cup ceremony. It's always funny, so like, the guy pulls out like a thing of champagne and like pops the balloon, and then pulls another bottle of champagne out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. Let's do it again, but let's do a different cup this time. I'm actually gonna go with Yoshi this time. I like Yoshi. It's like, Yoshi! We did the mushroom cup, let's do the flower cup. You got the mud, it slows you down. Oh man. Yeah, there's a red shell right there. There's a Donkey Kong, this is a lean now. Oh man, mud. Oh my god, the dirt in this level. Whoa! I have no idea. Alright, went off the track there, alright. I think, yeah, did Koopa Troopa run into the dirt? Or into the banana? God! I should always just stick with Koopa Troopa there. Alright, second. Not good. Not good. It's funny you got Donkey Kong in first place this time, but Donkey Kong was in, I think, like almost dead last in the previous cup. Alright, what track we got next? Yeah, so, yeah, there's like I said earlier, there's little, the sides of the track actually getting chipped away. Man, 5th place? Yeah, the difficulty definitely, like, ramps up. Bowser's shooting fire now. Oh, Edge. Oh, Edge, yeah, we're gonna Edge out again there. The Bowser's fire, yep, burned up. Oh, Edged. Alright, yeah, we're done here with this one. Yeah, the difficulty on that just definitely starts, like, ramping up really quick. But, Mario Kart, still a very fun game. You know, like, what, like 32 years later at this point, I think? Yeah, 32 years later, the game is still incredibly fun. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, kind of popularized and brought attention to like the kart racing like subgenre of games. Still a lot of fun. But that's going to do it for this video. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back again in a few days, jumping into our third cycle of 1993. Really looking forward to that. But we'll be back in a few days with that. And again, thanks for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.